Men in masculinity and females in femininity. And 2023, I believe that we're in the energy of femininity, but because femininity is here, it's becoming masculine. It's becoming louder than the masculine side. And because it's coming louder, it's it's getting harder. You know what I mean? And I don't believe as it get harder, I'm gonna see more relationships and I'm gonna see more marriages. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm gonna see a lot of feminine energy, and what I mean by feminine energy is, excuse me, guys, these are my views, how I feel about it. Like, feminine energy is anything gay. Like, I go to another female because I just want that feminine energy. I need that feminine in my life because there's so much masculine shit going on. And then I also turn to this feminine female because I have so much masculinity inside of me that a man is not going to be able to control all that. So those things start building up. So like I said, that's being more loud. Femininity is loud right now, and is this clouding the masculinity. And I'm not saying that women can't be masculine. I feel like men make women more masculine than they need to be. You feel me? Because I had to learn. Like I said, I was doing some research trying to find out some information, and then as I'm listening to this information, I found out that when my man is not being masculine, I'm being masculine, and sometimes my masculinity could go over his masculinity, and it may seem like he's more feminine, and when he's in his feminine side, that's when I probably could lose interest or I'm not feeling it, and I want to do masculine things. And I'm not always saying masculine things have something to do with wanting to leave a marriage or cheating, or no, I just want to do more masculine things. Like, we may be having an argument and I'm like, I'm fine, I'm good, don't worry about it, and honestly, I'm not okay, I'm not fine. So I'm standing my ground. I'm being more aggressive than normal. So when my man is not at his most masculine self, I see myself being masculine. But when my man is being masculine and he's being assertive on why he's being masculine and still make me feel feminine in his masculinity and not make me feel like I'm less than, then I don't mind it. Then I start to the masculinity that I have is a little bit gone because I'm feminine now. Like, I'm being on my feminine shit. I want to be catered to like that. And I think the struggle is women are constantly have to be put in these masculine situations. That's why we can say, oh, there's so many single mothers and da 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 da. When you put those words single mothers and then you start saying that you need dads in a home, then you need to understand that that woman right now that you're talking to that just had that kid, she is full of masculine energy. She's full of that. It's nothing personal, my man. It's not to discourage you or anything like that, but she needs to be masculine at that moment to protect her cub. What else? Who else is gonna do it? There's, like you said, there's no man in the home. There's nobody there. Nobody is coming for you. We kind of, I don't know how everybody else grew up, but ain't no babysitters just coming unless everybody just chilling in the house. It ain't coming for free. So she's carrying that masculine energy, and so that feminine energy that you're looking for in this female, you're not going to be able to see until you give it time, because she needs to now feel secure that that masculine energy is around her. And then when you giving out your masculine energy, like I said, that ain't easy. That's something you guys need to be taught about when it comes down to masculine energy and how you have it and how you deal with it. Because if you're being masculine to her and you're being rude, you fucking her up. But if you being masculine and you being assertive of, this is why I'm being this way, babe, because this is where it's going to take us. I got you. Because I won't lie and say sometimes as a female, I don't always know what I want sometimes. I don't always know. Sometimes it's like, yeah, I want this, but it could be a little better. And so I chose a partner to ride with like that. And that's the thing, when you choose a partner to want to be with, because everybody be like, yeah, Debbie, you playing games, like you playing games in a relationship. It is a game until you say we're gonna play the other game, because the game of relationships, it does come like checkers, or something like that. Like you put pieces here, there. Like you got a whole set when you're single. When you're one person, when you're trying to be with one person, there's so many. It's just a different ball game. It's a different ball game when you're trying to give yourself to one, when we all have that animalistic things about us. There was also a question posed of, um when like, is a Dr. Samuels. I think that's his name, Samuels, Dr. Samuels or something like that. Hold on, let me get a sip, right? So Dr. Samuels, hold on, let me get a sip, right? So Dr. Samuels had an interview. He was doing an interview with Vlad and things like that, and he was saying, Vlad had said to him, like, yeah, you had females call your show, and you was telling the young lady that she has to expect to be she has to expect to be cheated on because she looks like a man. And that was real aggressive. So Dr. his name, right? He was like, no, that's not what I said. That wasn't exactly what I was saying. So God rest his soul. That's why I didn't kind of want to put his name out there, Samuel. It's be a little touchy sometimes, but it is topics and hot topics. So guys, like I said, certain things is a little touchier than others. So he was saying, no, that's not what I'm saying. What he's saying is, like, men that are assertive and men that are financially stable, you tend to have to understand that you might be cheating on because of the amount of money that they have. And so basically he's saying, the person you with, get a contract. Because he was like, Bill Gates, and I was like, Bill Gates, out of all people, bro, you chose him? Damn. And he was like, Bill Gates and Melinda, she was like, yeah, he spends time with his side bitch on the side and everything like that, and I'm okay with it. And it's like, I feel like when you get a certain amount of money, those are risky, tricky games that them people like playing, that is tricky like a motherfucker. Because if you're giving your man the grace and giving him the floor to do his past, to do something else with someone else, and then that lady have a baby, and then y'all got this money and had plans to do other things, and so now you got to feed another family, and like, it gets tricky. So if y'all want to play that game, by any means, you go ahead. But when we talking about these regular average folks, like Joe Schmoes, like me and you, we don't need to be playing that I need another girlfriend game. What the fuck is, like, I believe everybody deserves a village. Don't get me wrong. And mentally, I hop into the threesome, game, and then mentally I hop back out. And the only reason why I hop back out is because I do believe that you can have a mom and a pop. Like, I believe in mom and pop stores. Like, I believe you can grow old with just one person, and yeah, you can have stories on the way out. You know what I mean? You can have stories, but it's strong enough to really grow old together, where you could say, yeah, they died together. I want my kids to be, when they say that to another kid, and say, nah, my mom and dad didn't teach me that. They still married, and they can feel it and know it and see it. That I want that. I see a kid do it, so it made me feel good. Like, oh, my kid gonna be able to say that one day. So hopping into threesomes and shit like that is the scariest thing. But like I said, we're all animals, and within the book that I said I'm gonna read, it said that should men feel uncomfortable about much how much sex he thinks about in a day, or the sexual attraction he has during a day, should he feel ashamed or should he feel away? Honestly, I have a man that works. I have a man that goes where he goes. And if I sat around all day wondering if his dick got hard while he was in the streets, I'm going to be mentally fucked up. So as a female, I wouldn't think about it. But as a female that is doing this show and things like that, I had to think about it. I had to really like sit back and think about these things that I'm coming to you guys and talking about, because I can be in my marriage and knowing the masculinity, because like I said, going back to masculinity, is masculinity does have a form of sexual energy in it as well. So I'm not saying it doesn't. It's just more scarier to talk about it. And right now, it's just me. It's just me and my feminine energy right now. But no, I'm lying. Right now, I got my feminine and I got my masculinity on. So I'm more humble and with my femininity when I'm with my man, because he makes me feel secure and my femininity. But my femininity don't have anything to do with makeup. It doesn't have anything to do with a dress. It doesn't have anything to do with that. It has a lot to do with how I carry myself and the things that I want to grow to do with my family and my life, and my career and my kids career and their education. Like, it made me feminine to want those things. It didn't give me the masculinity of fuck everything. Like, I don't care about none of that shit. I don't have that energy on me. So that's why I'm not quitting the show. Now, I wonder sometimes, like, I like to dip into out of conversation. So it is what it is. I sometimes wonder that energy that I had with my sister and stuff like that. It was good. It was a masculine, feminine energy when we were talking. And like I said, the show was for to help us. And so, one day hopefully I'll have a connection with somebody like that, or a connection again, and try to get these situations out, because I don't I don't think that females understand when they're in their masculine energy. It is fuck a nigga. Their masculine energy. It is fuck a nigga. It really is. There's no fucking way of sugarcoating it. It's fuck you, nigga. It's only when I'm in my feminine energy where I want to be there. And once I lose the thought of you can never be masculine again, it kind of fucks everything up. You know what I mean? It's hard to go back, even if I try to go back. So that's what I was saying. That's what was in the clip that I played yesterday. Like, this love thing, and this trying to move forward. And like I said, guys, I feel like I'm hitting a brick wall when I be doing some of this research and trying to understand some of these things, because like I said, I have to leave this shit to my kids. I want to go. I don't want to continue to play the game that I can't win. I don't want to do that, right? Who does that? Yeah, like, you tell me. Y'all tell me. Anybody does that? No one is putting themselves out there like that. And right now it's the mental of it all. Because it does start with your home. I've had many of conversations with so many people who are, they say, you need a man in the home, and I believe it. And I'm not knocking those females that don't feel like it doesn't matter. I'm not knocking you. I would more want to have the conversation with you. I need to know what masculine energy that, and that masculine energy that you have, that's saying, "Oh, I don't need a man in the house." That's what's overthrowing your feminine side of realizing, like, this shit is hard when you got a little boy that don't listen. This shit is hard when you trying to teach your boy how to stand up and pee and not sit down and pee. That shit is hard when you realize you have more than one kid and you have to focus on this kid and that kid. Each individual kid need their own type of learning. You can't put them all on a wavelength, especially when they're in the same age. The only thing that I think that you could teach your kids that they need to know is, it's us. It fuck everybody outside this house. You don't disrespect your family in front of others. You don't pick fights. You teach your kids certain things. You know what I mean? You teach your kids certain things when it's your family, but the the goal of it is family, and I think that is being mishandled. I guess. I guess we're not dealing and handling it right. And I'm not going front. I'm not always the best person for the message, but I always want to have these conversations. And how I get it out may not be the way that you like, that's what I'm saying. Like, just take it, hear what I'm saying, and try to interpret it the best way that you can. Because like I said, as long as I keep doing this, I'll learn some shit. Ride with a bitch, I learn something. You know what I mean? And right now, what I've learned is that uh I need to buy some land, and I keep having this conversation with you guys about wanting to buy land, but I keep hearing people have this conversation about who owns the land. Even the land person I'm about to land from, who owns the land? Like, you know what I mean? Like, things are getting tricky. They're getting tricky. Food is being taken off the shelves and shit like that. Food is getting more expensive. I have kids, thinking about the side hustle of it all. And then with me having a man and wanting my man to keep his masculine energy, while I also have to have masculine energy during this time of fight. I have to fight, and it is not fighting people like physically, it's fighting for my marriage to stay long, fighting for my kids to respect me the way that I love to be respected, fighting for the messages that are being pushed through the airwaves, that my kids don't catch that and they follow a different path of the change, of making a better change. Because I also teach my kids, yeah, that you're young, well, the 13 and over, because like I said, once you hit 13 and over, it's different conversations. So my two that's over 13, I let them know, like, you here now. You're a teenager. In certain countries and certain things, they play different games. I don't know when you join now, once you get into high school and you get into these places, you may want to fucking visit other places, and then you got to know the country that you in. You got to know the rules and things like that of the country that you want to go put your foot down. So teaching my kids that not everybody plays by the same rules, but the rule of respect is always going to be there. So it's been a battle of that when I have seen so many disrespectful ass motherfucking kids, and it's like, yo, where are the parents? Everybody trying to turn up, and then you'll hear everybody talk about, yeah, nah, that's not me. I don't get down like that. You don't know really what you're getting down like, because once you go out and you go chill with your peoples and you got your ratchet side, you forget that, yeah, your kids is going to see the ratchet side. And I say, if your kid is going to see the ratchet side, please and fucking indulge them with some fucking positive. Teach them that you were able to go twerk and chill and laugh, and people were able to root you on because you had some form of respect. It wasn't because you went to go slap everybody up. It wasn't because you was the biggest gangster on the block. Nah, individually, these people seen you as a person. They seen you. You may have went over there and helped somebody with their moms. You may have went over there and helped somebody babysit their kids. You may have gave somebody some information on the phone. Like, you need to teach your kids that you did other things other than shook your ass. You have to. We have to teach them that, because if we don't teach them that, they're just gonna have the one track mind. And I'm learning. Like, I had a one track mind. It was get this money or nothing. And I know that we also living in a time where if you ain't talking about money, they don't want to hear you. And I respect it. But what are we really talking about? If I'm telling you this is how we gotta get the money, don't bitch at me because we gotta do the work. Fuck, you think money is free? Let's talk about it. I'm tired of saying, oh, I don't want to talk about it if you ain't talking about money. Well, let's start somewhere. Let's start small, right? Let's start small. Say you already was in your space and you have your money. You got money already, right? I got money already. I come to you and say, yo, let's put this thing together for the kids. You're gonna tell me that's a waste of money? What conversation can I have with you about money that's gonna have something to do with other than just me and you? What is gonna help our families get it and shit like that? Yeah. Where the fuck we gonna put them though, bro? Where we putting them? I already said, like, when you go buy land, shit gonna be harder. You try to buy your house, you filling out paperwork. That's the fucking, if anybody's seen the yellow pages, that's how thick it is. I gotta get a fucking lawyer for my lawyer. I gotta get a counselor for my counselor. Like, what the fuck? You gotta put, and then not to mention, niggas get bored after a while once you realize, like, damn, I gotta take care of all that. But the only people I feel is lacking in that department is my people. I feel like my people are lacking in it, because it's the thought of, if you're going to keep having the conversation of these white people have it this way or they have it that way, da, 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 then if you already know that they have it that way, if you want it, you're going to have to work harder. So we're going to have to work. Work doesn't require you taking from somebody else's. You can't do it like that. Like, that karma is coming back to you. It's coming back. So when I come up here and I have these conversations with y'all, it be hard as fuck as a mom trying to keep going and trying to make sure that I could be the best that I could be. Especially when you think that you asking somebody for some help. Meanwhile, they take you, they need some form of entertainment. You're now their entertainment. Your downtime where you fucked up and you asking for help. They need that entertainment. But I noticed that people only do that. They need that entertainment because of the fucked up shit that they go through. They like to push that shit on you. They like to think that, oh, you going through a hard time? Shit, me too, bitch, but I ain't going through that. And then it's the pointing fingers game, and we're not getting anywhere. I know there's a lot of people out there who's like, yeah, I do trips with my homegirls and da 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 da. But what are we really doing? If there are people out there that are moving forward and getting this thing moving and part of the solution, I suggest everybody go support that. We got to find a way to move forward. You know what I mean? You look at the news, you got spies over us, balloons and shit. Like, I don't know how to say it in the best of ways, but I'm willing to let people know that, understand that I'm not the smartest person in the room, and I'm okay with that, because I'm securing me. I'm securing my shit to know that, like I said, I'm not. Oh, I could be that old lady that know Mr. Joe coming, knowing Mr. Love got my back. I'll get something done. It ain't about me anymore. It's about my kids. It been stopped being about me. It stopped being about me once I realized that I partied all I could party because I felt like I wasn't going to reach a certain age. Now that I had reached that certain age and I had kids after that, like, not only did I live my life to the fullest and made it, I had a kid after that shit. So mentally, someone got to grow up. Somebody got to step up. And the only way that I'm going to step up is continue to keep asking the hard questions, continue to keep having the conversations, continue to keep coming up with ways to help people understand that it's not like it doesn't look easy. It's not easy. None of this shit is easy. Mentally, it's not easy. Like I said, you have mentally, you may need a therapist for your therapist. You know, you're gonna always I do believe in you should have people around you that love the shit out of you. You really do. But we also know when you have people around you that love the shit out of you, as you were with them individually, you made them feel a type of way. You helped them in certain ways. They helped you were vulnerable enough to let them help you a certain way. And those things and those fucking little, I call them gems. Those little gems of life is like, because I grew up in the street, so I could say, yeah, the street raised me, but I always knew about that home life. So with the streets raising me and having the people I know that fuck with me, like I said, if I could call you like we spoke yesterday, that's because I always gave you the energy of doing that. And now, like I said, that's something now I have to teach my kids, that shit don't just come just cause. Nobody don't have to be your friend just cause. Don't. You have to work for it. You have to gain people trust. You have to work with them and fuck with them. Like, put your all in them. But when you just have, like me personally, when I know the people around me have nothing but fucked up energy, because I know that I'm still working through my fucked up energy, me trying to build myself is not the direction they're trying to go. You know what I mean? They're still trying to be on that fucked up energy. So the people who are on the positive energy, they're already higher than me. So they're not going to come yet until they realize that I need to do a little bit more. I got to do better. I got to get better and shit like that. And so because I'm willing to do that, I'm going to do that, because it's not just about me. I'm not having these conversations just because it's it, I'm just trying to be in competition with somebody, or I'm trying. Nah, it's so much bigger than the people. Because honestly, once once you reach a certain mark, people expect certain shit from you. So I'm not really expecting people to be like, "What does she come on today? Does she did it?" But I'm not doing that right there. That's not the energy that I'm in. Honestly, the energy that I'm in is I'm a mom. Mentally, I'm going through it because as a black woman, I'm being told certain things. Also, as a black woman, I'm being the fingers, like they're pointing fingers at me because of other black women's doing. And just like they other races may feel the same way and da da da. I can't speak for them right now. I could just speak for me. And so I don't want to be attached to that group. You know what I mean? Just because, they people are quick to say you hang with a thought, you a thought. You da 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 da, you like that. And it's not like that all the time. I can be friends with somebody who did some fucked up shit somewhere else in another place and da 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 da, because I'm not trying to put myself in a predicament that they were, you know what I mean? My goal is to find out, well, we're not going to do that. You gotta put people in places where they are. I don't know if anybody out there, like, I'm a big Transformer, and I'm a Transformer fan, and I am big on the Power Rangers, right? And with those two shows, let me know that you need more than just you to defeat the enemies that are coming to you. When anybody come on my page and you believe that you serve one God, that's always going to be a little touchy for me, because it's so many different gods. Yeah, God could do everything, but damn, at this time I needed God to do some snake shit. So I don't want to put that stigma on him. So I won't give him that. I gotta choose. This was the God of this at this moment. It was, I had the God of thunder when I needed that thunder to strike. You know what I mean? Like it's things like that. That's what I feel, and that's just me. So anybody come in here with their different beliefs and the way they go about it, let's have the conversation, because apparently it's pulling us apart, and it's not pulling us together. But I don't know if anybody noticed, where the fuck is y'all going? Where's everybody going? We all gonna be on the same fucking rock. We gonna all be here. What? We gonna be all here singing the same ass song. What we gonna do? Oh, what they doing over there? I believe that we're turning into the world where everybody is a detective now. Shit, they didn't have so much ID watchers out here. I don't. I bet there is motherfucking detectives out here. Like, I seen ID on somebody's TV all day. Like, I'm chilling with them. And look, I gotta say, what does it say for me? Because I'm chilling with them all day. But nigga, I know it's been on all day, because even if I leave and go home, come back, that's just still on. Like, mm-mm, mm-mm. So everybody's a detective nowadays. So I just feel like if you're gonna do some detective work, start looking into where the fuck is we going. What you going to Africa? What you doing? You gonna stay in the projects? What you doing? It's the brick wall that I keep saying, that I keep running into, because if, for me to get ready to say that I'm really ready to put my kids on some land and do this and get their education, that I need a village. I need a village. I cannot do it alone. For me to be the best mom I could be, I need a village. I'm not going to be able to do it alone. And I need people to understand I'm not the only one that feel that way. It's okay if you don't want to say it, lady. It's okay if you don't want to say it, mister. It's all right. I'm going to say it. You need a village. And right now, villages are slim to none, because you still have people wanting to be better than the next person. You still have people are so just opinionated about everything and judgmental about everything, and nothing is right in their lives. Everything is going crazy. Every now and then they got a new story. It's just, and like I said, we in a new time. People, you got motherfuckers who ain't even thinking about what I'm saying. They on TikTok watching somebody shake their ass. They on TikTok watching families be family. They on TikTok watching, you know what I mean? Like, or they on motherfucking YouTube watching somebody smash some goddamn plastic together. Like, our world then got so wicked and crazy to the point where I'm not here to change it. I'm not here to even make that big ass change. I'm just here to have the conversation so we could be aware of what's really going to happen when you pass away and your kids is here. What's going to happen for your grandkids? You know what I mean? And the only reason why I'm strong on that is because I was part of the Heal the World kids. Michael Jackson was speaking to me too. I was young as fuck when he was doing those songs. I was, you know what I mean? You're next. You're the children of our future and shit like that. And then so like when I look at people my age, I'd be like, what else you doing besides going to work? And that's what I'm saying. Like I do be wanting to speak to people who like 40 and over, right? What are you doing besides going to work, coming home, and watching some shit that somebody else put in front of you to mind fuck you on your TV screen? Television. What are you doing? What are we doing that's gonna help our our lives? And then, like I said, there do be these people who have these after school programs or have these programs and shit like that. And The thing about it is pride. A lot of us have too much pride. And it's mentally, we need to be prepared to be in the spaces that we are trying to create to make life better. So doing besides going to work, and that's what I'm saying. Like I do be wanting to speak to people who like 40 and over, right? What are you doing besides going to work, coming home, and watching some shit that somebody else put in front of you to mind fuck you on your TV screen? Television. What are you doing? What are we doing that's gonna help our our lives? And then, like I said, there do be these people who have these after school programs or have these programs and shit like that. And the thing about it is pride. A lot of us have too much pride. And it's mentally, we need to be prepared to be in the spaces that we are trying to create to make life better. So personally, I feel if we're trying to create a space that's supposed to make our people look better, make our people look good, give us a say on this chessboard or on this monopoly board, right? We need to create a space where everybody here is trained. Everybody here is educated. Now the motherfuckers that didn't take the time out there, because I hate a motherfucker that cheat on the test. I don't like you. We don't want you motherfuckers there because you're not gonna make it better for us. So right now we need the motherfuckers that put in the work. We need the motherfuckers that is ready to say, nah, they ain't here all night. I'm in here all night. They wrote a paragraph. Like, you ever had to write a note and a letter? When's the last time you had to write a letter to somebody? And that's the thing, like, we gave up so much shit because they made it so easy for us. But meanwhile, the things that was we felt was an inconvenience to us, it's convenient for them. It's okay for them to write a note because they bought the pads. You ain't buy no pads in the store and no notepads in the store. You ain't buy no pens. You ain't buy no envelopes. When the last time you got a stamp? Most of the time when people have to do writing something, you either gotta you trying to get your food stamps back on. You may try to you may try to get some child support shit, try to get it on. Well, I just heard one where you have to do a birth certificate, but like those are the only times that you decide that you want to write a letter. And we need to reteach ourselves that in school, I'm not even going front. When we was in school, when we first started writing letters, it was Dear John letters. Oh, what would you want to say to the principal of the school? Write it in a letter. Those days are still here. We've just been so distracted, like, and we're so distracted to the point where it's fucking me up. It's fucking me up because I don't know which direction to go. When you could become bigger than an argument, like I tell people, like I'm bigger than an argument, and we there's a goal, like there's a goal that needs to be met. Nothing else matters. That's why I say I've been in my marriage and we've been put through so many tests, like to military, to the goddamn colleges, schools, and job corps, and living in different states and going out of the country. Like my marriage has been through all of it, and through it all, we've been apart for 2 months, 3, 4 months. That's the longest. 20 years of not. That's not just us being together, but 20 years of marriage. The longest we've been apart was probably like 4 months, and we went through it all. And what made us stay was, you can say people stay for the kids. You can say that. Like it'll be easier if you think that's what it is. But it was for my legacy. It was for my last name, whether it was going to be my last name or his last name. But it was for the doing a family reunion and having a place where my family can just come on this land. We're not being fucked with or nothing. You come over here, we got our shit together. Guns are blazing. Don't even come to this family. This family's straight. It's structure here and everything. We have motherfucking games with other families that got together and did, you know what I mean? Like, it's, we don't have any of that shit going on. It's school versus school. And let me tell y'all something. I have a little girl. I have two little girls, right? And one of them dances her ass off. And I can't front and say like she ain't learning from her mama because her mama been doing it. You feel me? But she dances her ass off. And like I said, I homeschool. So now putting my baby in this school, she see other little girls. She want to dance with them little girls. I'ma say something and I want to just leave it right there. Right? Or no. I just want to say something. Have the parents of their kids, because no matter of what, see, the thing about it is I do blame the dance instructor. Sometimes I do blame that person more than I do the parents that allow them kids to do that, because us as parents, we're just trying to get our kids to communicate better with kids and play well with others, or know that competition is going to happen. Y'all all competing for the same jobs when you get out of school. Like, those things are like real for me when it comes down to parents. So that's why I'm a little shaky on it. But when it comes down to a dance instructor, you choose that move. You choose how that baby is going to move. You may have went to school and mastered the art of your type of dance. You've done that. So you've done the research. You also know that there's a such thing as the art of seduction. You also know that. So when we have my, or I'm not going to say me because my baby ain't in there yet, right? She ain't fully up in there yet because I'm still on my this is crazy type shit. When I see a 14-year-old girl that may be curvy as hell, this little girl, mama knew it runs in the family, right? It ain't the fact. I ain't blaming this little girl because she curvy. I'm not coming at this her mama because she have a curvy daughter. I'm not trying to do that. But I also know that now she has curves. I love you, child, but you cannot do this step right now. This dance right here cannot be for you. And the thing about it is, you don't want to tell a child that because they want to do everything. I think we should just be more creative, make other things, be more creative to not, to not make them feel left out. Because I know a curvy child know that she can't jump on the motherfucking, she can't be the one that's jumping and everybody catch her ass. She knows that. So we also have to put in place that when you're in these kind of situations, these curvy little girls and these going into high school girls with the fucking bathing suit on and bikini, y'all ever ask yourself how comfortable does a man feel? How comfortable is that man in that crowd? One, he got to be a daddy because he got a root on his baby girl. And then two, he's still a man. And like I said, I wanted to go over the book with y'all tomorrow. And like I said, we're gonna take it step by step. And it tells you, if you're not secure in your relationship, don't give it to your man. Don't read it. So I guess this is the test that I'll put for myself, and being secure, me knowing that I'm secure in my shit. I'm okay because I also know that, like I told y'all before, when my man is not being masculine, I'm masculine as hell. Now, my thing is learning how to control my masculinity now because with these powers of my masculine side, I know that this power can, I can make a nigga disappear. That power can make a man disappear. So, with my special powers of knowing that my masculinity can be a lot more masculine than a man when he's not at his most masculine, it can be a dangerous, tricky game. And it requires a lot of mental health, requires a lot of reading. And sometimes you could read yourself into a fucking circle. Sometimes you could wander down the rabbit hole. You could do all those things. But when you're doing it and you feel like you need more, I feel like sometimes you have to just be okay with it is what it is. Sometimes it is what it is. And it don't be more than that. You just want it to be more because you need that little extra push or that little extra energy. But then you once you realize you're not getting it and you're fine without it, you'll be all right. So I want y'all to keep promoting families. I want y'all to understand that there are distractions that is making it a little hard. I want you to know that you're gonna need a therapist for the therapist. We just gonna have to communicate the best way. And like I said, I may not look the way or I may not sound the way you hear it normally, but I'll grow on you eventually. So y'all make sure y'all keep listening. I want y'all to know that y'all are loved. We're gonna get through it no matter what. It's just how. You know what I mean? Like that's why I say I come up here. It's for me too. How we gonna get through it? And I know that I have to keep talking about it. I talk about it and communicate about it because I know that it's the it's an endless conversation as long as I'm here on this earth. So as long as you get another day, people, keep taking it, keep making it better, help someone, each one teach one. You are listening to Oh Yes You Did podcast. I love y'all. I'm getting emotional because like love is hard and you can't always teach people how to love other people. Like I'm not a marriage therapist, but I also know that I'm in my marriage and I see other people and I'm like, you're not gonna keep him that way. That's not how he's gonna stay. He's not gonna stay. You know what I mean? And I be wanting to do it so bad without you ladies feeling like I'm judging you. I just want you to understand. I taught myself this because that's how I ended up here. 20 years strong. Up 21 years strong, ladies and gentlemen. So y'all enjoy y'all Saturday. Like I said, listen back. We'll talk more. We're gonna get into that book tomorrow. So if you not strong enough or you not securing your marriage, please don't come to it. I'm not trying to, fuck with nobody relationships and nobody shit. Just we gonna work it out. We gonna deal with that tomorrow. So I want y'all to all know. Tune in tomorrow. You'll see the time and date up there. Later, y'all.